the opportunity that's sitting in front of you? I mean,
the opportunity is definitely great. I try to keep it on the hush. Keep my feelings and everything under control or whatever. But I'm definitely excited, and I got to go out there and I got to do my job first, and then all the excitement and celebration could come afterwards. But I'm definitely excited.
How big is it? You fought various places. You had a lot of bouts on NBC Sports Network. I mean, this is a HBO fight. I mean, that's like, the next step up. I mean, how big is that in fighting in New York?
It's definitely a step up, and it's just progress. However you look at it, it's progress, and I've been through a lot, and I'm just confident, and that progress just keeps me even more confident and keeps me happy, and just moving along. Progress is good always.
how do you keep that? Because it's like you said, you got to take care of business. But if you do, then certainly big things are right on the horizon there in front of you. So how do you balance, not looking ahead, but then knowing that it's there?
You come into the game with a plan, and your plan every day is to execute it, and you just take it one day at a time. But always reflecting back on your goal and what you said you would do, and my goal, as you already know, I've exceeded it within time. So I don't know, man. I really don't know. I think it's just a work of God, just for me to be so. I've only been boxing for 5 years, so it's kind of like, how did he cram all this experience in? How did he cram all this? How am I able to be, good around all these recordings and cameras and stuff like that? I don't know. I think I'm just, this is my destiny.
How did you cram in the boxing in 5 years?
Well, with a wonderful trainer and a wonderful gym. And then with a wonderful athlete such as myself, I think just the work of all that, it had to happen.
You've always had this goal of being here on the big stage from the beginning, even though you knew it took a little time. Does it feel different than you thought it would be? Or is it playing out as expected?
I think it's kind of playing out as expected. There's some things that's definitely like overboard, as far as like, some type of attention, whether it's negative or whether people look at me different as if I'm supposed to, change drastically. But, other than that, I paid attention to careers. I've studied a lot of people's careers, whether it was boxing, music, business, and everything. And I just look for things to expect. And a lot of things that have happened in other people's careers I haven't seen yet. So I'm still expecting it, not hoping that it happens, because some things are good, some things are bad. But I'm just living it out day by day.
Brian, you played almost every sport at Ben Franklin except boxing.
Yeah.
What got you to go that initial thing to, at 24 to say, okay, I want to try this? And
because I always knew I could fight it. Then boxing really don't have an age limit on starting if you a certain type of person. And for me being an athlete all my life, I just think that I had the boost already. So I came in the game with dedication. I came in the game as a runner. I would run them endless miles. Those are the things that most boxers who've been in there all their whole life, they just hate to do. So I came in the game with a whole lot of things. I came in the game with the six-pack, the eating habits, the dedication, the listening and following instructions and stuff like that. So I knew I could do it. So that's the reason why I started.
What was the motivation?
My motivation is it was my son, definitely my son, because I definitely wanted to just do something to be something and not just be on earth just living. I wanted to be something. I wanted to make some time of my time here on this earth.
Brian, talk about the frustrations of the last year. Now, new beginning, new promoter.
I've actually came out good, because at the end of the day, I can honestly say it wasn't too many frustrations. It was just forcing things and just kind of bending a couple hands back and doing things the way I wanted to do it. So, but at the end of the day, I always say this, man. Whatever happens, I can honestly say that I did it my way. My way. It's my life, my career. If I die today or tomorrow, what? So I can honestly say I did it my way, and whatever the outcome, I'm willing to live with it. whatever.
And presumably, as of now, you're still fighting Szpilka. Talk about him. You know, if most likely he's still the guy.
What, him as a fighter?
Yeah.
Or me as a person? And
Well,
me,
no. You talk about what does he bring to the table?
what do I bring to the table? I mean, what he brings to the table, he's just another opponent. You know, he's my 18th fight. That's all I've got. You know, like Forrest Gump said, that's all I got to say about that. So yeah, I mean, he's just another fighter. You know, I don't take him lightly. I don't underestimate him at all. I actually respect every boxer who gets in the ring, and I definitely respect everybody who gets in the ring with me. So,
I got a question for Fred. You know, we all know guys that are ducked fighters for whatever reason. Other people don't want to fight him. They see him as maybe a little too dangerous or whatever. There's been several fighters that had been proposed as guys that with some ranking that could fight Bryant, and they don't want to do it. I mean, what does that tell you?
From the beginning, I knew he was a superstar. He had superstar qualities, and the more he moves in position, the more guys is going to duck because he can end the guy's career. He's the type of fighter that can end the fighter's career.
What are their superstar qualities?
His superstar quality. He's a good listener. He's an athlete. He's a challenger. Everything I put in front of him, he challenges to do it, and he usually try to do it better than anybody else. And he has been put to the test several times, and he achieved what I needed him to accomplish at those tests.
Talk about his work ethic. How many days has he been out of the gym since his last fight?
No.
just about, man.
Just about done.
And then if you tell me to take off, sometimes I work out at home. So, I got facilities at home where so I can, swim them endless laps and, do what I got to do. So I'm always on the move. I'm always moving.
It's been a long time since the heyday of Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe. And people keep saying, that the heavyweight division has been dominated by Eastern Europeans for so long, and, they're looking for a quote-unquote young American contender. Well, with all due respect to someone like Amir Mansour, who's 41, there aren't a whole lot of those. You're not 21 anymore, but it basically comes down to you and Deontay Wilder. I mean, do you look at him, before winning the title is the guy who is that young American heavyweight contender?
Do I look at him as that?
Yeah, for that designation.
You got to just give credit where credit is due. It's not really much out there. So if they praising him or if they mentioning him, that's what it is. But me, honestly, do I think so? I'm not going to say he's not. I'm just going to say that I believe that I am. I really don't know his regimen. I don't know how he how things go with him and how they do their things. But I know how I do my thing. I know where I stand at, and I know what I got to do.
One of the things with him is exposure. He's fought on HBO, and people have seen him a little bit more than perhaps you. What do you think a great performance on HBO?
A great performance will always do good, but exposure sometimes can get you exposed as well. So we all know his exposure got him exposed. So that's why they have different questions. So when you have somebody who's being mentioned, such as myself, and they just say, well, I never seen this kid, I always heard of this kid. They say, we want to see him, so that just makes you more popular because it's like, I keep hearing about him, but I never seen him, opposed to the person that they keep seeing, and they're like, I don't know why they keep putting this dude up in there.
What are these people that haven't seen you, what are they going to say on the next day after seeing you finally on HBO?
Everything would just be confirmed, from what they're hearing, because I'm quite sure they hear a lot of other things, and then some things, they would be surprised about, just like when they say, I'm a small heavyweight or whatever. I'm 225, soaking wet, 365 days out of the year. So I don't know. Did they want me to be 265, 245? I don't know, but they'll see that, every time I stand next to my opponent that may be 245 and I may be 225, and they see the total difference in body mass, and they'll see a lot of things. they'll see a lot of things. A lot of things will be confirmed.
Brian,
Tyson used to say that everybody was brave, or they thought they could do it until they took that first punch in the mouth.
Yeah.
Can you think back to when you first went into the gym? Did you have any thoughts like that? What was it like for you the first time? You got punched back.
Yeah, but honestly, and I'm not a cocky person. I'm a very confident individual. You have to know the difference. But I was a beast when I first came in the gym. Literally, like you had those guys that were there, But a lot of guys they wouldn't be that 100% athlete. A lot of guys, they dip and dab and other things, they cheat. But here you go, you have this guy who just coming into the gym, but this guy is well conditioned. This guy don't play around, but I'm just coming in there, and I got to show you what a newcomer had got to do with an experienced person. Because those guys were boxing, they were experienced and they were all that, but they would play around. So when I came in, the things that I came into the game with, that's what was missing anyway. And I got to show you that hard work beats talent any day. Because I just came in, it's my first day, and I'm giving all work.
Does your
What's
history,
the first gym you worked?
APC. That's the only gym I was at.
your history with Vitaly Klitschko retiring apparently, obviously that makes even more of Vladimir the man. Does your history with him, you think, help or hurt? In terms of maybe that happening at some point.
Well, I think it was Vladimir who they was talking about. But I mean, that's a door that's definitely opening up wide. And I would honestly like to have had that chance to defeat one of them so I can grab and take that momentum. But it is what it is, and these are the cards that's handed, and we got to play them the way they play.
Brian, there's obviously you talk about HBO, first HBO fight, but although it's the theater, it's still Madison Square Garden. Does that add to all this?
The Garden is the Garden. I'm just happy to just progress, just be progressing, and just fighting another day, fighting another fight on a big stage. That's definitely decent. Many guys don't even get a chance to do that their whole career, and I'm doing it.
One more. Obviously, I know you're 1,000% concentrating on this fight, but this weekend, on HBO is another fight, kind of similar to your fight with Perez and Takam. Do you look at those fights like any more closely?
No. If I'm not at the fights, I really don't even look at them. I only really worry about myself and worry about who's at the top, and just try to maneuver my way around and get there. But I know what the next question may be. What the winner out of that?
No. I wasn't even thinking that. No.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying because it's whatever with whoever. Now that the Vitaly is vacated, I mean, come on, it better be for something, and it's whatever with whoever, just like I just said.
I guess the reason for the question was, do you kind of like line yourself, because those guys, they're just starting out their quote HBO careers. You are. Do you kind of like just gouge where you're at compared to those type of guys?
Nah, man. I mean, I just look at myself, and I compare myself to myself. So, I mean, I really don't compare myself to none of them other guys because I don't really got time for it.
Has Gary given